Hello from the beautiful medieval town of Sighișoara. I wanted to visit this town for a very long time. So if you want to see some historical medieval churches, castles, stick around. Now let's go and explore a bit this beautiful old town that was founded by Transylvanian Saxons in about, I think, was the 12th century. Let's go have a walk. This amazing place. I think we're gonna start with the clock tower. Yeah, let's go have a look. Hey, the clock is a bit off, that's fine. It's actually 11:05. So anyway, this is the clock tower. It's one of the oldest buildings in this city. I think they started building it in the late 1300s and they finished building it in the mid 1500s. I tried to find some information, I couldn't find anything specifically, but I think it took like 180 years for it to get built. And initially it was just a gatehouse, like a gate tower, and it was the roof, especially the upper part of the tower, were destroyed with the big fire in 1676 in Sighișoara, I think. And no one knows how the roof looked prior to that, and the tower itself got rebuilt, and that's how it looks today. And it has the clock there with the puppets that come out, and you also see the four little towers that are around the big ones, which basically means that if you were to travel in any of these towns that were built by the Transylvanian Saxons, you could basically be executed if you misbehaved. And as soon as you enter in these towns, they assume that you already know that. So there are 7 towns altogether, and all of them had those 4 little towers around a big one, and that's what it means basically. Kind of a common sense law, I guess. Apparently also it served as a town hall until 1556. I didn't know that. Let's go take a closer look. Alright, so what that says is basically it was built in the 13th to the 14th centuries. It did had the council town hall until 1556. It was destroyed in the 1676 fire, and it was rebuilt from the year of 1677. And it became a museum since the year of 1898. The clock and the puppets that come with the clock, they represent the days of the week, and they are from the year of 1648. 1648, how crazy that is. That used to be a torture room, but it's closed, unfortunately. Right there. So what that says basically is that the first documentation of this place was in 1298. Now, let's go up in the tower. Floors tend to be very squeaky for obvious reason, because everything is very old. And that over there must be the clock mechanism. Very, very cool. Right, I think this way is the top level. Let's go. And we are in the balcony of the tower, and I think this is as highest that we can go from what the lady told me, the lady that sold us the tickets. And we have information, all sorts of information, like distances from important cities throughout Europe. So we got Chisinau, we got Istanbul, Moscow, direction and the amount of kilometers: Berlin 1057 kilometers, Prague 864, Vienna 656, and so on. I think about 90% of the buildings in this town, in the Sighișoara town, are UNESCO heritage buildings, and they all have documentation, like they even have to be a certain color. So if you go to like the city hall and you search for the paperwork of any of these houses, they will tell you even what color they're supposed to be painted in. So the building has to be maintained basically as regional as possible. So like I said, settled by Transylvanian Saxons. By the way, I'm not sure why they're called Transylvanian Saxons, because only a minority of them were actually from Saxony. Most of them were from parts like close to Luxembourg, Flanders, and they speak German similar to how people from Luxembourg talk. I'm not sure why they're called Saxons in English. Now, one thing I forgot to tell you is the fact that these guilds that were allowed to settle here, they built, each of those guilds built their own towers, like the Tanners guilds. Anyway, as I was saying, 15 guilds moved here. Each of them built a tower, like the Tanners Tower, the Rope Tower, the Butcher's Towers, and so on. And most of them are still standing. I think 9 of the 15 towers are still standing. None of them are built similarly, by the way. Each guild built their tower the way they saw fit. Very interesting. Took us a long time to get out of the tower. It got very busy. A lot of people were coming up. Vlad Dracul's house. So this house was built between 1431 and 1435. Just a small correction in regards to Vlad Dracul's house. He lived in that house between 1531 and 1535. He did not build a house. Okay, I just thought that I should drop that in. Let's get back to the video. By Vlad Dracul, which was Dracula's father. And allegedly, even though it's not sure, apparently he was born in this house. Well, like I said, there is no definitive proof in that regards. But yeah, just if you're wondering, Vlad Dracul was Dracula's father. Now, let's have a look at this place. This is called the Venetian house, and apparently a guy built it for one of his mistresses, I believe, in a Venetian style, because I think she was a fan of the city, so you can tell by the shape of the windows.
Închis, da? Questa religiosa
And this was the old central market. Remember when I told you about those 4 little towers? If you misbehaved and you were accused of anything, this is where they would bring you. Right over there. And literally chop your head off. Some Game of Thrones thematics right there. Bootmaker's Tower. It has this shape since 1681, even though it's older than that. One of the 9 towers I told you about. What a beautiful little street with all the buildings, with their colors, with the pavement. I love it. It's so nice. We're actually lucky that it's not very busy. This place is absolutely crazy once the season starts in the summer. We stopped for a quick bite and we'll be back on the road shortly. So this is the covered staircase built in 1642 with the original 300 steps, which were reduced to 179 I think in 1849, and the purpose of it was to protect the kids when they were going up the hill to that school which we're about to go up. Let's go. Da. And they would come to this school just behind me. Very old school, apparently is from period of 1445 to 1522, and it was obviously renovated a couple of times. Right, so the final shape of this place was done in 1901. So it's been looking like this since 1901. Right, and the church on top of the hill, which is literally called the church on the hill. They started building it in 1429. Looks like part of the wall collapsed over there. And they're working on restoring it. So we're gonna go back down and we're gonna avoid the covered stairs. It was way too warm in there and it's not even summer yet. We're gonna take a different path. Another nice alley with cobblestones. Very, very beautiful. I love the architecture. I literally want to go and walk every street of this old town. Like on every street there is something to see, full of tourists, but apparently not even close as full as it's going to be once the season kicks off in the summer. So I'm actually grateful that it's not that busy. As expected, City Hall of Sighișoara. It's a very, very nice building. Look at this place. They started building this church in 1298. 1298. And they did some restoring work on it between 2019 and 2021. A Dominican church, it used to be a monastery, probably was a religious order, built in a Gothic style. Smith's Tower or Blacksmith's Tower. Originally built in 1631, burned down, like I said previously, in that big fire that happened in 1676, and they had to rebuild it. I just cannot get enough of this place. It's so nice. Taylor's Tower, which they had to rebuild in 1676 because of the same reason. I think it's time to go. This was a great city break, medieval city break. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it a lot, and I'll definitely come back here. Having said that, take care, bye bye, and I'll see you in the next one.